17 years in this field. No way related to art, but always wanted to see the part, and that has actually pulled me to this intervention. I strongly believe there cannot be any other medium better than art to actually put forward your views and ideas, actually. And since we are in a progressive society, it is very important. The topic that we are covering on the gender equalities and all should reach to common man. And as I said earlier, that my expectations are as such that with the team I'm working with, I have so much of trust in them, their voices will reach far end.
Well, actually talking about Naad, I think I should talk about the collaboration that I started with Raktim maybe way back in 2013 when we were working on a project actually, and we were near the beaches hearing the silence as well as the sound of the sea. And probably our journey began at that moment and we wanted to work together. The idea that on which Raktim was actually developing his narrative was somatic movements. And initially we thought that we were going to work with movements, and I thought that it was almost, I would say, imperative to build a narrative around, if not a story, but then how do we connect the gestures or somatic movements with what? Then the idea came that probably the sound memory with which I was working could be a means of actually connecting these ideas, that is the bodily movements. How do we associate movements of our bodies with sound? Sound as in our prenatal sound. From the moment we are actually born within the womb, we come out, we interact with this world, and with time these sounds actually change our memories. So we incorporate all these memories and formulate probably a kind of understanding of this world. So Naad is primarily a way of negotiating with the sound memory with which our body responds, or to which our body responds. There is a long connection with Raktim as an artist, as a collaborator, and when he talked about that he wanted to work with somatic movements, I juxtaposed that with what I was working, that is sound memory, primarily. So that is how we came together and we started developing our narrative, I would say, but it is very interesting to note that not that Naad has a proper narrative, because we are also focusing on that rupture, I would say, of a telos, of a linear narrative. There is nothing linear in it.
Equality for me is perspective, and when we were made, we were not made equal. When whoever the creator is did not make us in the same light. We as mortal human beings have no right to say or talk about equality or measuring it in a certain scale. For me, everybody is different. Everybody has their own existence. Everybody has their own features, own characteristics. And that itself is the equality. We are already in a ever-evolving society. I mean, society itself is changing every day in every other manner. It's changing for the betterment or for the worse is a debatable question, but society itself is changing every day. So if you particularly think of changing something in the society, I would say change something which will help us evolve better. I would say change the thought process of people towards other people. It has changed for the betterment or for the worse over the years. the way people used to look at each other, the way people used to help each other. Somehow they don't do that anymore. People are running in a rat race. They are competitive, they are ruthless. Somewhere that humanity is lost in our quest for life. If we at all have to change that. Let's go back, change back to be more human. This is not my first time that I'm working with Raktim. Raktim is an extremely dedicated guy and very honest, very hardworking and very focused as well. And he tries to push the other person, the performer, as much as he can, which is a great quality in him, I think. And I really see a very bright future ahead of him. My contribution to the society is my craft. Be it my acting profession, be it my artistic expression. That's my contribution. That's what I was born to do. And I keep exploring myself. That's why every day in new forms of art, in new forms of expressing myself. And I try to entertain people. That's my contribution to the society. Maybe someday I might have our own charitable institution of myself. Maybe that day I'll become something big and some big contributor. But as of now, it's just my art.
As Naad is an amalgamation of Kathak and contemporary dance forms, so as a music director, it was a new journey for me to blend Indian classical music as well as music from other parts of the world or the Western forms. So I have tried to use the both, and the blending was the most challenging part for me. I tried to keep some live music with minimal background arrangements, and because it is a dance theatre, so my experience with theatre have been always with live music. So here lies a challenge of blending some recorded stuff with live music as well, and we have tried to go back to our roots as well as linking it to the contemporary thoughts and contemporary soundscape. That's about the theatre. That's about the project or the music of this project.
Naad is a very special project, not only for the reason that Raktim Goswami is the director behind this, because he is one of my very close friends. So don't think that he's my close friend, that is the main reason that I've agreed to this production. The script is very unique, very strong, and the blending of Kathak and contemporary, this has been done before also. But this time, the choreography and the concept is blending in a very different way. I think it's better you come to the production and you watch the production rather, so you will come to know rather than revealing what's the main story behind this now.
Production for Naad, for our director, has changed a lot of things in us. We are changing ourselves. We are understanding ourselves. We are making a difference. We are feeling each other. We are connecting each other. This is something we haven't done before. This is something new to us, which we are feeling, which we are taking in us.
I don't expect. I believe. I believe that each one of us has that right to breathe, to eat, to feel, and to enjoy the warmth of the sunlight. The sky doesn't hesitate to share its width. Then why shall we? In Naad, we are using Kathak movement along with contemporary movement. We are using some Kathak motif. It's an amalgamation of Kathak and contemporary dance. This thought didn't come up in one night. With years passing by, the number of people in a newspaper kept on increasing, headlines kept on changing, changes are evident, but few kept bothering me. I always wanted to speak about them, about the rights, but I'm a bad orator and a silent thinker. This is my language. This is how I express. So, Naad.